Hi, John. I'm on my way to becoming a freight broker, but before I get my license, I was told I needed a freight broker bond. Do you know what a freight broker bond is and how I can obtain one?
Sure I do. First, let's start with a basic definition. If you've never heard of the term freight broker bond, keep in mind that it can also be referred to as a BMC 84 surety bond, trucking surety bond, and a transportation broker surety bond. It also used to be known as an ICC surety bond. Freight broker bonds are required by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration to make sure that freight brokers keep their contractual agreements with shippers and carriers. Imagine the following situation. A motor carrier fulfills their obligation towards the freight broker by delivering a piece of cargo, but the freight broker is either delaying or refusing payment. In that case, the freight broker bond will go into effect and compensate the carrier.
I understand. Sounds reasonable. And how do I get bonded?
The application is simple, and what's better is that it is automated and can be done online. You can submit your online application with Lance Surety Bonds, and we will match you with the surety bond company which offers you the best quote. And all this within minutes.
Why is my credit score so important?
Bonding companies take an owner's credit score into account as it can be a reflection of their ability to stay on top of their financial responsibilities. This particular bond is in place to guarantee that shippers and motor carriers are paid on time by freight brokers. There is often a correlation between an owner's credit and the likelihood of triggering a claim. If there is a claim against you, it is the surety bond company's responsibility to financially compensate for all losses you inflicted. Therefore, they're more likely to issue bonds to people with clean credit history.
I see. Does that mean I can't get a bond if I have bad credit?
No. Applicants with bad credit can usually get a freight broker bond, but they may have to pay a slightly higher price for it to compensate the surety for the additional risk.
Can you tell me more about how much the bond costs?
Sure. As you may have heard, in October 2013, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration raised the amount of the freight broker to $75,000 instead of the $10,000 that were in place since the 70s.
Wait, $75,000? I don't have that kind of money.
Relax, you don't have to pay the full amount unless you go into a trust fund, which is inadvisable because it will tie up your money and you won't have any access to them. With a freight broker bond, you only pay an annual premium, which is a small percentage of the $75,000. Normally, applicants with clean credit history may pay between 2 and 5%. Freight brokers with damaged credit can see quotes between 5 and 13%.
Oh, okay. That sounds much better.
Yes, in fact, why don't you go ahead and start your online application with Lance Surety Bonds? You can get an instant quote and have a better idea of how much the bond will cost you.
Great, I'll do that. Thanks for all the information.
No problem. And remember that if you still have questions, you can always call one of our agents at 877-514-5146.